All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Going to be touching on the top prop bets here for this Friday showdown between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's go and get into it. And so, guys, let's go ahead and start out with the Kansas City Chiefs here in this game. I do want to call it that this game is projected to be a high-scoring game, at least for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're projected to win by 13 points in this game. It is only a 42.5 point total. So the expectation is that Kansas City is going to be the team scoring most of those points. And so this is finally one of the slates in which I'm excited for because the data is matching up with really how the game is projected to go and really my thoughts on the game as well. It's part of the annoying thing is all the best bets that we've been getting lately have been bets in which I'm like, I don't know if I really want to get there. And so we look at the bets here that we're getting for the Kansas City Chiefs. I like it. So we got Patrick Mahomes to get over 19 for his fantasy score. I feel like that's a very solid bet that we are getting there as well. We are currently not getting any line for him on Underdog, but once we do, just be prepared to bet on it because I do think it's going to be a good edge for us. Now, the one concern that I have is that Isaiah Pacheco is going to be back in this game. And I think part of the reason as to why we have seen Patrick Mahomes do better recently is one, the matchups. He's definitely had better matchups recently. Tampa Bay, Las Vegas, Carolina. He was able to take advantage of those easy matchups. But two, because Isaiah Pacheco's been out, they didn't really have a great run game. Kareem Hunt was serviceable. So that is my one concern is that Pacheco being healthy in this game is actually going to be something that actually hurts Patrick Mahomes. At the same time, you could argue the offense is going to be better. He's going to be more likely to score touchdowns now that they have Isaiah Pacheco on the field. They're going to be able to sustain drives a little bit longer, which is going to put them in the red zone a little bit more frequently. It kind of goes both ways, but at the same time, I do think it does slightly decrease the likelihood for Patrick Mahomes to throw for a touchdown. At the same time, Noah Gray's look good. Travis Kelce has looked good. Xavier Worthy's getting a little bit better. DeAndre Hopkins, more healthy. Juju healthy. The offensive weapons are actually healthy as well. So it does go kind of both ways. But part of the reason as to why I like that bet is because we are seeing that Travis Kelce in his over fantasy score is a good bet as well. 53% likelihood to hit. And again, guys, if you watch it in my videos for the kind of showdown slates last week, it was super annoying that we had these high scoring games. And a lot of the data was telling us that Vegas was overvaluing a lot of the bets. Thus, we had good bets for the unders. So I'm happy that on this slate, we're getting some correlated bets that I would agree with. So we got Travis Kelce get over 13.5 for his fantasy score. And really, I think we can see why this bet's popping up. Only 0.5. Sorry, his anytime touchdown is a demon, so it doesn't really say he's going to score a touchdown. That's kind of the one concern is that a lot of the over fantasy scores probably factor in. It's probably a 40% likelihood for him to score a touchdown, I'm assuming. Thus, when you add in 6 receptions, 54.5 receiving yards, he's likely to get that over. Now, we do need him to get a ton of receptions. Okay, that's definitely a big thing here. The thing with it is Noah Gray has been someone that's been scoring a lot of touchdowns recently. 2 touchdowns the last 2 games. That's why Travis Kelce has somewhat struggled. That being said, Noah Gray's kind of touchdown streak is not surprising to me. That was kind of something I thought could happen. I thought he could be kind of the number 2 passing weapon in that offense. So I don't know if we get a low fantasy score for Noah Gray, I might be on board with that. Another one that we have here, guys, is going to be Xavier Worthy for over his fantasy score. Again, not a crazy one in terms of us gaining like a big edge. His reception line is at basically 3 is what this is telling us. The over 2.5 receptions is heavily favored there. The under for 3.5 receptions is heavily favored there. So you put his receptions at 3, his receiving yards at 34.5, and there's not that much of a touchdown factor in here. But again, guys, that's the reason why sometimes we're gaining edge on fantasy score prop bets and not gaining edge. Now, this one isn't a crazy edge here. I want to call that out where it's only 52 if you round up percent likelihood for that to hit. But if you pair that with Mahomes, the payout will be slightly reduced, but not terribly. And so I don't hate it. This bet with Kareem Hunt certainly interesting, right? If Isaiah Pacheco plays, they're going to take this off. And as it sits right now, I know that Pacheco has practiced fully, but this line to me suggests that Kareem Hunt's going to be the starter in this game and Isaiah Pacheco is going to sit out one more game. That could be simply because they are, 13-point favorites in this game, and they're like, we don't need Pacheco. You can rest up one more game. And so this is a weird spot where you could potentially bet the under on Kareem Hunt, hoping that Isaiah Pacheco plays, and then obviously this one wouldn't hit. It's definitely interesting that that's there. To me, this points to Isaiah Pacheco playing. I am recording this video much earlier than that injury report's going to come out, so I don't know. You guys will probably know it, though, by the time that this video is posted. So let's go ahead and jump on into the Raiders here. And looking at some of the bets that we are getting, we are seeing that, Brock Bowers for under his fantasy score is a bet that's being favorited here. 14.5 is his fantasy score total. which honestly in this matchup with Kansas City, you know, obviously they're a great defense. I would say this probably is a little bit too high, but if we were betting on Brock Bowers to potentially struggle, I think we do Jacoby Myers actually for his over fantasy score. We see last game out against Kansas City, he had 17 fantasy points in that game. He's just a target hog, guys. I know quarterback wise, he might get Aiden O'Connell back in this game, but regardless, we know he's going to get a healthy share of receptions in this game. I mean, his reception line at 5.5, I don't really understand why this is a demon. He's just getting targeted so heavily that he should be able to get over 5.5 receptions. I mean, the target total is set at 8.5. And the thing with it is, like, a lot of his targets are short targets as well. Like, they're easy catches. Now, we do need Desmond Ridder to not start. We need Aiden O'Connell to start. Ridder is trash. Okay, so that is a big factor. And that's where I'm probably favoring more the Brock Bowers under fantasy score rather than I would maybe Jacoby Myers over fantasy score. And I don't like the fact that the data is telling us to bet the under there. From there, are we getting any other good bets here? Not really, just simply because we don't know who the running back is going to be as well. Amir Abdullah was used a lot in the passing game, as you would expect Amir Abdullah to be used in the passing game. So if we get some good prop bets on Amir Abdullah in terms of receiving receptions and he's starting, you know, Madison's out, White is out, I would like his over 3.5 receptions. So guys, in simple, the prize picks by the day is going to be Brock Bowers under his fantasy score, and then we'll go with Patrick Mahomes for over his fantasy score as well. It's kind of as simple as that for prize picks. Touched on some other bets that I like in this video as well. So that's going to be all, guys. Make sure to give a like and subscribe to the channel. If you guys want access to the prize picks cheat sheet, head on over to 9to5sports.com. Get access to that for just $10 a month. When we use the promo code KEEPCASH and get the first month for 20% off. That's all, guys. Leave a like on this video. Comment your guys' favorite prop bet. Good luck with all your bets. That's going to be all. And as always, let's keep cashing.